Well done you for persevering with this one. So many people can't do it, and I understand why, because it's always a bit scary, and unfortunately they never get round to being able to do it, and that could be the mark that makes the difference between pass and fail. So be proud of yourself for even tackling it, because I'm proud of you. Now, what it says is, we'll read the question. What fraction of 1.8, now they've given us these noughts, litres, is 600 millilitres. Now, you can't make a fraction unless both the top, the numerator, and the bottom, denominator, the demons come from down below, are in the same unit. So the first thing we have to do is make this into the same unit. So we go litres, decilitres, centilitres, millilitres, and now they are both millilitres. So that would be, actually I'm just going to move that because I've got this feeling I'm going to forget. So how did it go? Litres, decilitres, centilitres, millilitres. So our decimal points there, and I'll see if I can tweak that. There we are. Not very neat, is it? But so now it is millilitres. So I don't forget. So now we've got our 600 millilitres out of 1,800 millilitres. And that's why they gave us those noughts, so that we could just count it through. Now that we've got that, it gets easier, doesn't it? We will use a nice blue because the colours is so important. Now we can simplify the fraction. Divide that by 10, divide that by 10, divide that by 10, divide that by 10. You and I lop off the noughts. Mathematicians like to be a bit more fancy. Now what will go in the numerator, which is 6, and the denominator, which is 18. 6 will, won't it? 6 goes into that once, and 6 goes into that 3 times. And so the answer is 1/3. Now let's go over that. You know that, I think the bit I can hear you screaming at me, but what were those decilitres? Say it again, I don't get it. No. So this is what you've got to learn. I'm going to do this one in metres because everyone, but it works in litres, it works in grams. We've got 1 kilometre equals 10 hectometres, equals 10 decametres, equals 10 metres, equals 10 decimetres, equals 10 centimetres, equals 10 millimetres. Now there's a rather nice sort of mnemonic that goes, King Henry died, mother didn't care much. You can also have, if it's in litres, King Henry died, lady didn't care much. Now should we have another colourful part L for lady in it? But it also works for grams. King Henry died, granny didn't care much. Now notice we've got a capital D here for deca and a small d for deci. Where will you come across decilitres? Now I came across decilitres on an IKEA measuring jug and got myself into an awful confusion. A wine bottle is about 70 centilitres, and now it's our decilitres in my pouring jug. Millilitres. A measuring spoon that you would have your medicine in if you're ill is in a 5 millilitre thing. Litres, you know about, it's about that much. A decalitre is 10 litres. So a decade has got 10 years in it. A hectare is a unit of land 100 metres by 100 metres. So it is 100 metres, and a kilometre is 1,000 metres, 10 hectometres, and 100 decametres. All you really have to do is learn it. Is let's have a millennium, meter. A millennium's got 1,000 years in it, hasn't it? So it's 1,000th of a metre. A century, 1 year, is 1,000th of a century. So it's 100th. Did I say 1,000th? That's rubbish, wasn't it? Millennium, 1,000th. Century, hundredths. When the Romans came across a village that was giving them a bit of trouble, they used to line everybody up and kill every 10th person. So decimate was to destroy by a 10th. So a decimetre is a 10th of a metre. You won't often need these other than changing from one thing to another, and we'll come across it endlessly. But just learn it. Millimetres, centimetres, decimetres, metres, decameters, hectometers, kilometres. And it also goes for litres and grams. Clear as mud? It will get better, I promise. Thank you.